What's going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday. You're in the Thunderdome with Bruce and Bob. What's the word?
Let's say rest in peace, Eddie.
Eddie Van frickin' Halen, man. Rest in peace.
You know, people forget how great he really was.
I'm hot
He's
for
one of the
t-shirt.
greatest guitar players of all time.
Yeah.
He's in the fucking top 10.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
I'm trying to think of who would be better than him. Not many people.
I mean, there's a lot of great guitar players. But
Robert Plant.
He's right up there. Robert Plant's a singer.
Oh, Jimmy Page.
Yeah, Jimmy
Jimmy
Page,
Page. Yeah.
dumb fuck.
That's right. Jimmy Page.
To say Robert Plant's a fucking singer.
Lindsey Buckingham. Underrated, I think.
He's underrated, but he's not known as like a lead guitar player. You know, like
Who was the one from Queen? Brian May.
Brian May. Yeah,
Brian May.
He's one of the best top 10 for sure. I'm just saying, Eddie Van Halen. I said a lot of people forget how great he was. Because they haven't made any music for a long time. If you go back and listen, man, he was fucking shredding, dude. One of the greatest players of all time.
Nice.
What are you doing?
I'm grabbing the live Facebook, live YouTube link so I can just post it. And let's hear. So yeah,
Yeah, I woke up and saw that. It made me sad.
And then I just saw that Stephen Miller got COVID.
Yeah, well, they all got it.
They all got it, and he's part of their little crew. So
they all got the COVID now. Which I was waiting. Like, when is it? Sooner or later that's going to happen.
Yeah,
it was
inevitable.
It was inevitable. The way they're acting, the way they're just ignoring all the fucking protocols and not wearing masks and not distancing. Is like
COVID-19 was a hoax. What I have is a super flu. It is a super flu, and you on CNN will not. Jake Tapper. What I'm telling you is how my genetics, my DNA, my white DNA is superior to everything else, and Donald Trump's DNA is even more superior than that. I only wish that I could bask in the glow of his German superiority.
Have you seen some of these editorials where like, this proves that Trump is the invincible fucking mighty master that we've all wanted? Yes, exactly. You're like, really? Does it?
You know what they don't tell you about? They don't tell you.
You see how pale the fucker looks?
They didn't have the time for the makeup. Let's be honest. I'll be honest. A little makeup. But they don't teach you this in school books, Bruce. This is the real lesson. This is real stuff, real talk. It's flu. Very powerful flu. Very powerful flu. Very, very powerful flu. They don't, not in the books. Not in the books. Now, you know, I haven't heard any response from about this, Alex Jones, because you know he's got to be, I know he got sued for trying to sell like some fake COVID treatment.
Yeah.
So he's probably like shitting in his pants. Damn it, I've got the treatment right here, man. I can save the whole world.
No, apparently they gave him all these drugs that they usually give to like very severe cases.
Redemptive,
they're fucking dying. Yeah, they just started pumping that shit into him like right away. Like,
yeah, because he's the president.
And then he had some kind of lung trouble, so they shot him up with steroids and shit.
His oxygen levels dropped. He wasn't taking in oxygen,
right.
So that's your body's failing. Your lungs are failing.
Well, here's my question. Is he clear? I mean, he went in the hospital for like what, 2-3 days, and then he signs himself out and leaves. It's like, is he fucking clear? Like, he just back there. He just goes back, and then now little Steven's got it. Is he just there, like in the White House, just spreading it around? I mean, like I'm saying, like,
you know what?
What is going on? Like,
you know what?
It's like appearances so important to them that
Rosalinda knows it. What you have to do, herd immunity. So when all of the other Americans,
when all the other people in the White House die,
No, I'm not. I mean, I expected that eventually, but here's the thing. You know what he did today? He held up the newest coronavirus relief package. He says you're not going to get until after I'm reelected. Well, I mean, that's like the ultimate scumbag. Like, here's the thing, though.
Yeah, he's holding everyone hostage.
That works the other direction. So you're telling me is the only thing I have to do is bow to you, and then you're going to pay me?
Yeah, that's it.
Fucked up.
Yeah,
fucked up. Like, if there was any chance me as a fellow New Yorker could find anything redeeming about the guy, the fact that you deliberately just held up the money they need to get through Christmas, you literally burned the last, Christmas is coming. It's like, again, he talks like his godfather. Christmas is coming.
Right. You're going to need this money. You're going to need
money.
me to give it to you. Like,
you got to kiss the ring. You've got to kiss the ring. You got to kiss the ring.
I'm past trying to figure out how he thinks or how.
No, it's a very yeah.
It's so
he's blackmailing the country, Julia. You've got it right. He's blackmailing the country.
Right. Everybody's like, I gotta go around the block.
Look, $1,200.
$1,200,
a lot of money. A lot of money, Bruce. People will vote for $1,200. I know I've done a lot worse, a lot more for $12. I know some of you have done a lot more for $12 on Boulder Highway. And you said at $12, that's a Subway sandwich, Bruce. It's a Subway sandwich. Yeah,
an entire foot long.
And all you have to do is vote, and not the fake voting in the mail.
Right.
You wait in line, and then you go back to work. It's so easy, so easy. Stephen Miller.
Right. Little Steve has got it now.
I call him Shining Steve. Shining Steve, who took out CNN. That fake news, Jake Tapper took him out.
Right.
They don't want to report the real news. I know how this really works. This stuff. I got the book.
Couldn't have happened to a better guy. I'll tell you that right now.
Brian Barras is asking me about my social media handle.
Yours or
mine.
Or the show?
Mine. And I'm horrible
Robert
about
Bosolari.
Yeah.
It's not anything complicated.
I mean, you should have.
And our page. You should share our page.
Yeah, hold on. My ad. He's asking for my
Twitter. You don't have Twitter.
I do. I just don't use it often.
Mine's at Bruce Center 20, but I think he follows me already.
Yeah, let me get my Twitter. I'm gonna be
Twitter.
Honest. I told you I got to work.
I don't really do Twitter except for to troll Trump. I need to start doing it more. But
Marcus Dietz, hold on now, and I got a bone to pick with this fucking guy.
I've been working Facebook.
So what is this? I don't want to put somebody in, but why the fuck are you not in here? If you could talk to me, you could be sitting in the studio. I would have given you a fucking.
Yeah, we were gonna have Marcus on.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fucking chauffeur ride. If this guy can ask about what's Bruce's social, give him fucking another plug. I need a fucking plug. I mean, he's sitting next to me, so I mean, where the fuck are you? Guys, I want to promote my shit. It's just so hard to get out there. All right, here, you can come out here and do a show, and you can talk for a fucking 2 hours about you're the greatest comedian of all time. Right. Instead of you sitting at home going, you know what, Rob, just the buses weren't running. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm fucking
Was Marcus at Dive Bar last night?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Dive Bar back?
Yes.
So if you're in Las Vegas, Monday nights, Dive Bar open mic comedy is back. Starts at 9:00 at the Dive Bar on Maryland Parkway. I didn't know what was going on till after I woke up, and then it was too late for me to go.
But I want to apologize to you.
I'll be there next week.
I want to apologize to the comedians because my social media game is shit. I don't like promoting myself. I like to just do stuff. And half of being anything related to comedy is doing your social media. Rob, you're not funny. I'm not making a joke. It wasn't meant to be funny. You were allowed to come on in here. We were going to be like,
yeah, we wanted to have you on for sure.
Marcus, if you wanted me to cup your balls for 2 fucking hours.
We were gonna come pick you up. Even Rob was gonna come get you.
I
Everything.
would have lifted and cupped. You would have had me at your disposal.
Anyway, was he at the dive?
Yes.
Did he go up?
He had already gone up by the time I got there, or it was one of the times where I walked out.
Did you go up?
I choked on a big dick. I was like, I don't want to do it. I haven't written anything in a long time, and I don't remember what I wrote that did work. But I'm gonna, force myself to go up there and.
Well, that's what I did the last couple of times. I mean, I didn't really eat a dick, but I
ate a dick, and there was an audience. It wasn't just.
I just went up there and started fucking around. What there was
like 6 people. They grabbed folding chairs and they actually made a little audience section. It was really interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
And then and everybody else, there was nobody missing. The only person I didn't see, and I guess he moved. Maybe it was Waldeck.
Waldeck?
I don't know where he is.
He left.
Couch was there. Will Couch, comedian Will. We're talking comedians. So if I say a name,
I saw a picture. I saw Victorson.
Yep. Ralph Tutela was there. I didn't know if you did good or not, Marcus. And you were there early. You had gone up earlier in the night, so there were people. There were more people there by the time.
I saw Ralph was there. I didn't know he was back in town.
Yep.
I thought he was out. He was on the East Coast last time I saw him.
Yep.
Doing something in New Hampshire or some shit.
But yeah, I want to formally apologize because my Twitter game is shit. I'm not on Instagram yet. Are you on Instagram?
Yes.
All right.
Bruce Leonard Comedy.
Bruce Leonard Comedy
on Instagram. Yes. Twitter. Bruce.
Well,
Leonard
mine
20. I'm on all the social media. I just don't do Twitter that much. I work mostly Facebook because that's where I've gotten the most followers.
Well, my
fans.
Twitter is at Dragon Ball Gucci.
I do have Instagram, but I don't. It doesn't blow up,
Yeah.
My Facebook page is the only thing that's really blown up. It has
one of my Twitter pages
foundation underneath of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One of mine was I was trying to write it as Chalky Black Comedy. But I just didn't. No, Dragon Ball Gucci. I was
Larry.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Gucci. At Dragon Ball Gucci. I was thinking about we're gonna buy Rubs and no.
See, that's where you fucked up. Like, if you're doing like gamer shit and all that, then Dragon Ball Gucci is a good name.
Yeah.
But to promote your comedy career, like you don't need like shit like that.
Yeah,
it's not gonna help you.
Well, look. Little guidance goes a long way. You are my fucking Jedi master here.
No, that's what I'm saying is you don't want to be like.
So I got chain. Yeah.
Follow me. I'm comedian Rob Bossoleri. Follow me online at DragonBallGucci.
Well. Yeah, but I also work the nerd angle because I
get that, but I'm saying
I get what you're saying.
You got to keep that shit separate. Like
okay, I might change it then. But yeah,
just make a Twitter for your comedy, like Rob Bossoleri comedy or something like that.
And then
you don't want to get too. You want to make it easy for people to find you.
Yeah,
as like I said. When people go Googling you, they're not going to find Dragon Ball Gucci,
yeah.
It's just not good for the Google game.
I wonder if I can change that in settings like right now.
Into the algorithm. You know what? You can change your Twitter handle.
Yeah.
You can do that because
I'm going to change it just to my name, Rob Bossoleri.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, and just
change it to your name. That way people can find it.
Cindy Paez. Do I know you, Cindy? Do we?
No, she's one of mine.
She's
what is
the? She was asking about if I'm on Twitch. That's what the gamers are.
Oh yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. But
right.
And there's nothing wrong with doing that stuff.
Right.
But I'm saying you want to keep that shit separate. People that are looking for you for comedy, they're not going to find Dragon Ball Gucci.
No.
Not your gamer people now. They might find that. And there's nothing wrong with having two. You can have another one.
Yeah, I gotta look.
Keep it all separate. But you want to make it so people can find you easily when they Google you or search you.
So I'm gonna be working on
marketing is all about social media.
I'm terrible at marketing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, Cindy
I'm not really
Pius.
great at it. I've just been figuring it out as I go along. But I'm saying
Marcus Deed says change it to I suck at comedy. Well, sucking. Now, let me explain something to everyone out here. Since he was invited to be here,
so let me get
me
this straight.
sucking at comedy would mean that
Listen,
I'm
let me get this
doing
straight.
it.
We're like, Marcus, you want to be on the show? And he's like, oh, I can't really. I'm just gonna sit home and troll your show. It's like,
What are you doing, man?
he's gonna sit home and troll the comment section.
Dude, my banter with you was
Like,
so
why?
epic.
Why? I don't understand. Why couldn't he come?
I don't know what he's doing. Look, man, it's not like I said something fucked up. Like there's a park bench out there with your name on it. I fucking was going to pick your ass up. And I'm not
No,
saying
we love
anything
Marcus.
fucked
Don't
up
get-
since it's
don't-
part of your
don't
fucking
get the
set.
wrong idea. I just wondered why he couldn't come. Like,
It was a vague
what?
answer, but
Family emergency. Oh, okay.
I had a family emergency.
That's one of them things. Like, we ain't gonna question that.
So does family emergency mean you have an infected testicle? What the fuck is going on here?
My ball like really hurts.
Jesus Christ. Better be falling off.
I don't think I'm gonna make it.
This is the greatest fucking podcast in the world. A Tuesday night, Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m.
I don't know. Did you see that film they made?
Well, hold on. He goes, if you did it at 6, I'd be good, but you do it too late.
9's too late. What are you, fucking 70?
You know what, man? I gotta take my Metamucil.
Yeah, exactly. I go take
Got a
all these,
fucking
take all
Epsom
these
salt.
pills.
I've got this Glenn Miller vinyl. It's really epic, and it describes my whole life. So I'm playing the B-sides right now.
What does he say? What does he say?
He's-
I have the herp.
herp. Oh,
got the herpes.
Jesus.
The herpes flaring up. Sorry, guys. My herpes is flaring up.
No. The only way that happened is if you got fucking random park blowjobs at 2 a.m. Geritol.
Right.
You know what, man? The Epsom salt, man. My joints are pretty bad, and
No, did you see that film they made of him coming back from the hospital? It's like helicopter slow motion.
oh god,
Like slow
Get the
motion
fuck
comes
outta
down
here.
and then he comes out and he's walking and then he walked up the stairs and he turns around and he pulls his mask off like
directed by Oliver Stone.
it's like a really bad like
I should
villain.
hold on.
from
I
a
got
really
one.
bad movie. You know,
I got an idea. You got to do it in a world
right.
where disease
Right.
is the law of the liberal land. One man stood above them all.
Right.
Donald J. Trump. Fake news. He stood when nobody else would stand,
Right.
without a mask, without fear.
So he's
and
all,
wi-
plus he if you didn't notice, like if you go back and look at it, he's not breathing right. He's like,
yeah, he's gonna turn into Emperor Palpatine by the end of this
takes
shit.
the mask off. He's like, hey, I'm totally fine. totally, everything's good.
The fucking end of November, he's gonna have a cloak on with white peeling skin. He's gonna go
No, that's what I'm saying.
bring.
He's already all white. Like, did you see the picture of him? He's,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
all pale and shit.
Well, it's because he's not wearing the makeup. He doesn't have the makeup.
totally good.
He's gonna be. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna do a whole Palpatine thing.
No, I think that he's
He's
more.
gonna do a whole Palpatine thing. He's gonna be at the end of like November. He's gonna go, "Oh, Mr. Biden, I believe your rebellion will be destroyed,
Right.
and my path to the
Literally, I
dark
have
side."
ultimate power.
Yeah. He's got all the judges. Unlimited
Yes, unlimited.
power. I am more powerful than any Republican
is,
that
it
you've
is,
ever
it is,
met,
it-
Mr. Biden.
It is like, it's unbelievable.
Kareem. No, he's not going to jail, Kareem, because he was smart enough. See, he's not doing anything different than he's ever done. So what does he always do? He greases palms. So what he did was he got the lawyers set up. He set up the lawyers. So if it's a contested election, he wins. If he gets kicked out, he wins. No matter what he does, he's either not going to jail or he stays as the president. That's where he was smart. He knew enough to do that.
How do you think that's true, though?
Because
How do you think that SDNY is not going to come after him as soon as he's out? of office.
He's got Supreme Court.
It doesn't matter.
He's got the Supreme
They're going to
Court.
run him through the fucking gauntlet.
They'll run him through the gauntlet, and he'll
And what's the
put up
Supreme
the
Court
money.
going to say? That they're just going to declare that tax evasion is no longer a crime? I mean,
They'll redefine what it was that he did. It's not about saying something is illegal. Remember, there's no such thing as law. Laws are fluid. If we've learned anything about the country in the last 10 or 15 years, laws are fluid, and he'll adapt. He'll adapt. And yes, Marcus, this is my funny shit because I like being here where I can get an idea and grow on it. Instead of 5 minutes, I have to say something ironic and witty, and it just doesn't work for me.
I said that before.
And he knew it, and he's a good judge. No, look, Kareem, I hope that my people kick this shit out of him, but because I know that he's a New Yorker and because it's a Southern District of New York, he's known how they work his whole life. He's always known how they operate and the ways to maneuver around them.
Yeah, but there's a reason why he was fighting so hard to keep,
of course,
to keep all them taxes stuff secret. And now that it's finally out, well, I'm saying, I mean, what was he fighting for? He's afraid of something, or he wouldn't have been fighting all that time. I mean, I never seen someone fight so hard to keep something a secret.
His thing is this. His thing is this. He's got limited time as president, whether it's 1 month or 4 weeks or 4 years. Let's say it's 4 more years.
Right.
On the back end, there's going to be people wanting to look into it. The more time it takes for him to get out, the more the more time he has.
Well, the more of a case they'll have prepared when he walks.
He's going to stack he'll stack the courts greater and greater. It's like what he did with Preet Bharara, which was one of the head guys, and he got him bounced.
Oh yeah.
So he has more time and more power to save his own ass the longer he gets in. He's playing the long con. That's right. Correct, Marcus. His thing is the longer I stay in, the longer it's not about the country. It was never ever about the country. It was, oh shit, this joke went too far. Now I'm president. If you don't believe me, it's very hard to find. But they showed it, and again, nobody's going to like the guy. He's a polarizing figure. At the end of the Michael Moore movie, Fahrenheit 11/9, they show you Trump winning the presidency. He had no acceptance speech, and he and Melania was crying. Trump is his jaws hanging off the ground. He didn't expect to win. It was a scam. Now that he's here, he knew that eventually people are going to, hey, dude, it's 4 years. Show us your numbers. It's a long process. Okay, it's been 4 fucking years. Your opponent gave his numbers. All right, he makes $400,000 a year. The Kamala Harris makes $3 million a year. Here's where they're getting their money. Here's all the numbers. They look like fucking shiny, polished turds because we don't like them. We're tolerating this, but you don't want to do it. We think you're we think you're crooked. More people are going to shift over to that line of thinking. The only thing you can do is save your ass by lining the court and padding it with judges. That's it. Now, is that going to benefit the country? No. Yes.
No, almost everything he does is all about him. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Marcus thinks he'll die before he leaves office. So I'm a big fan of comedian Bill Maher only because of the Bill Maher show. I find his stand-up to be, but I like the way he does the politics and he gets people on, and he is not afraid to put on a Steve Bannon or Ann Coulter and give them the rope to hang themselves. And
he's got a weird relationship with Ann Coulter.
Yeah, they're
like friendly.
You know that she fucks Jimmy Fly Walker from fucking She fucks
Dynamite.
She fucks Dynamite from Good Times. Ann Coulter fucks Jimmy Walker.
He's like, that pussy is dynamite.
No, so Kareem says Mar's a shithead. This is what I have to say about Mar. He's a shithead that calls out other shitheads, and that's why I like him. He's the most smug, arrogant motherfucker in the universe.
Yes.
Peak liberal shit. He's not super liberal. He's not. He's more of a moderate when you really get down to it. Oh yeah, the lighting. I forgot about that because we were.
Yeah, I don't want that dude to be uncomfortable. That guy can't jerk off if we're not properly lit.
Yeah. That's
like,
no.
I can't concentrate. It's
Dara
bad lighting.
Simpson. No, so he's I don't know if I guess Kareem's
Is that
more
better or
is
worse? I
Kareem
don't
more?
know.
No, now you look like fucking Law and Order SVU crime scene investigation, Mr.
Tell us where you were on the night of
Mr. Leonard. Look, we know you were there at the
I
girl's
was in
house.
chocolates, man. I swear.
Hey, look, man, we saw you do that.
Speaking of,
All
I
right,
did
you're
a
a
show.
And it was good. Your chocolate show was good.
Yeah, I said
You ran out of there. I'm like, hey, and you're like, bye.
I had to go to work again. Fucking busy, man.
You're like, hello. Oh, okay.
Got it. Right. Got to say my goodbyes and go to work.
All right.
I was worried. I was like, man, you've been on stage in months.
No, you were fucking. Add me on live, you bootlickers. Add me on live. I guess he.
What does that mean? You are on. We're
You're-
talking to you now.
Oh, he wants me to do like I guess. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna see. Let's see if we do this here.
What?
Hold on a second. I got.
No, you can't. No, you can't fucking be on the show from your fucking house,
Yeah, it's
from your couch and shit. Like, no, like get up, get out of your house, come down here and get on the fucking show.
I wasn't even gonna swab you. I wasn't gonna ask you to wear a mask.
I'm just saying.
I might have even given you a
do
handy.
You want to be on the show? Come and be on it. We said we'd come and get you.
Yeah.
Take you back home.
I give
Like-
everyone a ride. There's this conservative guy I work with. We argue about politics all the time. When he couldn't make his bus, I drove his ass back to Northtown.
Right.
I drive people. My fucking manager at my job that I argue with all the time, he's leaving the eye doctor. He's like, could you give me a ride? I'm like, yes, I will.
No Trump talk on.
No, he's cool. He's cool. But the fucking conservative guy, he's like, well,
I'll give you a ride. Just keep your fucking mouth shut.
so we've got no, we spoke about politics. It's the most civil conversations. But here's the thing. He's one of these guys that has a photographic memory.
But see, that's the thing is, if you're a fucking adult, you can do that.
Yes.
People nowadays they can't do
No.
that. Like
There are people pissed at me. Look, there are people that I really like that are friends of mine. From
Me and
different-
Ty sit at home in my house all the time and talk about stuff. And
Ty
we
is
don't
civil.
argue and fight.
No, Ty is civil, but Ty's conservatism is I'm being disenfranchised by the left. Let me go endear myself to people on the right and log cabin the shit out of this.
Pretty much.
And that's what he's doing. And
But all I'm saying is we are able to have civil conversations
no, but the
about things we don't agree with.
We gotta
and
do-
we're still dear friends.
we got
We don't fucking get in fights and fucking be like,
No.
I'm not fucking talking to you
no,
again.
no. The reason why I argued with you, with Bruce a couple of weeks back was because my ultimate thing with the left is that they underestimate these new conservatives. These new conservatives are insidious.
Well, no, I think that the main problem with the left, as we have discussed, is
Complacency.
their inability to get together.
No, it's
and
all
organized.
fractured.
Right. It's like, well, if I don't get exactly what I want, I'm not joining the fucking game. It's a bunch of children.
And now, but
Whereas the
this is why-
conservatives will swallow it and fucking go along.
except 10 years ago, they didn't.
Well, that's why they weren't getting anywhere.
10 years
That's what I was
ago-
trying to tell Ty was
They weren't.
the Tea Party and all that. They weren't really getting anywhere. But once they got everybody to fucking coalesce together, now they got something.
If you live in Vegas like we do, we had Harry Reid, and he was running up against Sharon Engel, and she was whacked out of her mind. And she was the Tea Party candidate, and she kicked out the Republican candidate, and she was fucking dumb. Real. Or hold on. Real fucking dumb. It's not the job of the government
Oh yeah, I was going
to make jobs.
right.
And what does every candidate run on? We're going to have so many jobs. We're going to make some jobs. Jobs. I'm not giving you anything. Well, then what are you here for? Because I'm
The
better.
market for free market should be allowed to run unfettered
It's just
without government interference or assistance in any way.
Hold on.
Yeah, but the Vegas economy is in recession. Yes, but that's what that's the natural way of things. It's like,
And people are reading this up. They're just like, oh God, it just makes no sense, and I love it.
but that's what That's what I never understood about conservative people.
Oh,
It's
wait
like-
a minute. The right to life.
It's
They'll
like-
kill the
it's
black
like,
woman in her
I'm
apartment.
not an ultra communist,
Ah.
left-wing liberal or anything, but at the same time, it's like, why do people think that, like, all these people who are like, this is America, it's like they're saying, like, it's my right to get fucked over by my employer and to have no insurance. It's my right to
Now, when you talk,
not to be able to afford decent health care, and it's my right to
no, and here's where it comes from. It comes from two different. It comes
You're
from
like, what is so fucking
Bruce. It comes from three different spheres. Three different spheres are where the conservatives get their juice. The evangelicals that see
we've discussed this before.
yeah, but the capitalist gun group, that when those two get married and they fuck, and you've got this capitalist gun baby,
right?
That's like, dude, guns and
no regulation.
Even the liberal guy, like we were talking about Bill Maher. Bill Maher's packing. Howard Stern from the Howard Stern Show is packing. He's like, yeah, I got fucking guns. I'm famous. This whack job comes to my house. I got to defend myself. Right. No one in these spheres goes, man, you know what? Except maybe like, I can't even think of one that's really just like, take them all away. No one. Even Obama said that, like, you want to take our guns, and Chicago, and Obama went, no. We have never put out a bill.
No, that's the mist that they have to put out. They have to keep people scared. Like, they're gonna come for like they've been saying that my whole life. Well, nobody's ever came for anybody's gun.
No. Now,
like, even when there was an assault weapons ban, no one came and took the fucking guns.
No.
If you had one, they were like, well, your grandfathered in, I guess, They just said they weren't going to sell them anymore. And nobody has ever said, we're going to go house to house and take all the guns. One person did.
You know who that was? In California, Governor Reagan, when Black Panthers
had the guns.
started going up to courthouses armed, then they did the assault. No.
Right. He's like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That means the blacks can arm themselves, too. I never thought about that. No.
Fucking Beto O'Rourke.
Marry that with the capitalist element. You put those two in one place with a smidgen of evangelical people. And what you got is you've got, religion.
I guess he did say that, but at the time I was like, well, he ain't got no fucking power, so he could say whatever he wants. And he might as well be some homeless guy fucking talking on the corner.
Beto O'Rourke?
Yeah. And as soon as he said that, I was like, well, he'll never win. Now you're saying that out loud.
Well, they said he voted in favor of oil companies. I'm like, you're in Texas. That's
right.
You got to reach across there. That was the dumbest thing Hillary ever said was, I'm going to kill coal. That fucked her so bad because you want to be environmental, but all of these fracking groups, because I watch a lot of Vice News. Vice News covers fracking, and they covered it in Pennsylvania. And all these guys are like, well, this isn't environmental, but we're a union. We're a fracking union. So union people want to vote Democrat because Democrats are for unions, but Democrats also want there to be a clean environment. So the fracking guys are like, hey, look, are you going to protect my fracking job? If not, I got to vote Republican. I
get that.
It's a fucking mess because
because of the inability of this country to want to move forward in any way. Well, it's like we got to keep it all the same. It's got to be all the same.
This is where the Democrats should have said, okay, look.
It's like, look, we're trying to phase out coal, eventually get rid of it.
But you have to have another job.
We're going to kill it and just put you out in the street. Same thing. Like, they got bad marketing. They always have bad marketing. They don't know how to sell their ideas. It's like the defund the police thing, like I said. It's like, defund the police. It's a great concept, yes. But when you say defund the police, it just leaves the door open for them to lie about what you really mean.
Well, Julia says
it's not clear, the statement. Like, you know what I mean?
It's a slogan. It's a bad slogan that has no way to back it up. It
implies something that it isn't. You know what I mean?
Julia says, I'm fucking prepared, and these whack job conservatives don't realize that we are also ready for the worst case scenario. Let them fuck with me.
I said that before.
This little Jewish native.
Here's something that they need to know. It's like, we got guns too.
Well, but
just because I don't take pictures of myself with my guns and post them on my Facebook
you should
page,
put some James Bond pictures.
I'm fucking ready.
All right.
Doesn't mean I'm not sitting on them.
Charlie, I want you to get your green screen. I want you to put him in a tuxedo And then it'll be Bruce Leonard doing the little walk. But there is never a good slogan for the right. The right slogan, the right doesn't have to work hard to attract.
Make America great again.
That's easy.
It's like the most vaguest bullshit you could come up with.
And by the way, when Michelle Obama said when her husband got in, she goes, "I'm proud to be an American again."
Yeah.
Oh God, she got lambasted.
Oh yeah, for sure. What do you mean you weren't proud before?
And then Obama said, "Well, I'm a proud boy."
But she's gonna take your job.
Take my job. By the way, I want to switch topics.
These people are fucking.
I want to switch topics.
To what?
I just saw the latest Family Guy episode, and the last two.
I haven't seen it.
Did
you see the South Park pandemic special?
No, I heard it was
very good.
But the Family
Guy.
You heard
it was what?
Terrible. No,
really?
I heard the South Park one was good, but the Family Guy episodes are shit.
Oh, okay.
And someone was saying that
I haven't seen it.
Because have you seen the Orville?
But if you ask me, Family Guy is like Simpsons. It's like how long can you do it?
Right.
But it's becoming redundant.
Right.
Itself.
Well,
you know
yeah.
It's been on for too long.
Yeah. So the episode
you got to know when to get out. That's why Seinfeld was cool, because he knew, like, okay, if I keep this going, it's gonna turn to shit. So like, get out now. And you saw even then, they're like, people were like, "This last episode sucks." Like, they would have done the same thing if he stayed on.
No, so are you aware of the Orville?
Yeah.
All right, so the Orville is, for those who don't know, it's
like a Star Trek.
It's Star Trek. It's
comedy.
Set the McFarlane Star Trek version, but it's a raunchy comedy. And then it slowly shifted from comedy into just being straight Star Trek, with Jonathan Frakes, who plays Commander Riker, directing the episodes. So here we are.
Well, so it's not funny anymore?
No, they
turned it into regular sci-fi?
It was moving into Star Trek. It was moving into just straight Star Trek with a few slapstick jokes.
Really?
And so what ended up happening was they said it's going to move to Hulu from Fox. And then after that, they said, all right, after season 3, there's not going to be another season. And everyone went, whoa, well, we love this. Turns out there is going to be another season. Seth MacFarlane doesn't want to do it anymore. And someone was saying that when he's doing Family Guy episodes, you could tell he's bored when he's just spinning his pen around. He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to do it anymore. I think he's under contract for X amount of years or episodes of Family Guy.
That's what I'm saying. My Family Guy should have been gone years ago.
It's
been holding on too long. I mean,
there's
that's
a couple of
point.
good episodes here and there, but
but I'm saying mostly it's like The Simpsons. After a while, it was like people still love The Simpsons. They're like, oh, it's over. It's like, but to me, it's like, come on, man, it's been 25 fucking years.
They went full circle to the point where their characters are racist now. Like they go, Apu is racist. This motherfucker has been a character for 30 years. You get to now say, well, the show is still actively going, it's racist. I mean, fuck. I mean, by that logic, Looney Tunes is racist.
Well, sure, but I'm just saying in general, the show itself had been on for so long that it becomes redundant of itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, every show has a shelf life, and you have to know when it is and get out.
Yeah.
It's like sequels of movies. Like, you can't make too many, like, and then
it
you
gets
get
redundant.
Right.
It insists.
You get to Matrix Revolutions. And you're like, what the fuck is this?
That was
Which is like, now they're talking about, they're gonna make another one. It's like, really? After that pile of shit you put out the last time, we got to try to redeem ourselves.
The conversation with
Can't
the architect.
end it like that,
that conversation with the fucking architect that makes no goddamn
that
sense.
And the whole thing at the end when he did the face thing. It's like, dude, it's so fucking stupid.
And you know what? I did I ever tell you this? Did we ever have this conversation?
It's fucking dumb.
The show is the Matrix became racist real fast. Think about this now.
Oh, you were talking about that? About the
Every ship is garbage.
The white captain ships.
The white captain. We see 3 ships. The Lobos, the Hammer, and the Nebuchadnezzar.
Right.
Nebuchadnezzar, black captain. Lobos, black woman captain, and his tiny little ship. Right. The Hammer, big fucking ship with Gatling guns.
Like a Cadillac.
Yeah. And the guys, and then what do they do?
The white guy's like, I got
And
the best
and the
ship."
white guy goes, "All right, black people, get to the front of my ship and drive this
It's
thing."
good to be white in space. you
Yeah.
know?
Even in the future, fucking no equality. Julie loves a Batman shirt.
Thank you.
But no, so here's the thing. So the white guy goes, "Excuse me, black people, I need you to drive this thing. I'm going to sit in the back and watch everyone tear each other apart." Because
It was an old tank. You probably needed we need somebody to hot wire this
I'm
thing.
white. The fucking old white lady on the council's got costume jewelry and diamonds. What the fuck, this bitch? She goes, "Excuse me, Mr. Neo." "Yes. Might you be so kind to look for some diamonds?"
But everything's. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I don't think that they think about this stuff when they're doing it.
No,
no. What I'm saying is, it just comes out that way because, like, even Hunger Games and shit, it's like it's all white people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they're all the people in charge, that governor or whatever, and the woman and shit. Like, it's all fucking white people.
But I don't like when they throw a black guy into a movie.
Ain't no future like what the.
So they made a World War I a fighter pilot movie about 10 years ago. Now, you have to understand, World War II, up to World War II, the Army was not integrated. It was integrated for the Revolutionary War, and then
the Civil War. It wasn't integrated, but they had black regiments.
No. In the Revolutionary War, it was integrated troops.
Oh, yeah.
After that, it was all segregated. Right. Now, World War II, they had the Red Wings, Red Tails, and that was the Tuskegee Airmen. Yeah. And these were the guys who were given Mustang fighter planes, and they were shooting the German jets, because Germans had fighter jets, a few. And their job was to escort bombers into Berlin. Now, they were segregated. They were their own private black unit. There were no integrated air force. They did this World War I movie, and they've got black pilots with the white pilots, and they got to throw the one black guy in there and just zoom in on him and shit. And I'm like, no, don't throw a guy in there for the fucking sake of it. You know, if it doesn't fucking make historical sense, don't fucking put a black guy in there. Just we're gonna make it.
I agree with you because that's a historical thing.
And then
my point
a British accent too
is like when they make Hunger Games or these movies about the future, I don't think they sit around and go, it's the future, so everybody's got to be white. Like, I don't think that they do that. I think it just comes out that way because of the casting or whatever. But I'm just saying, it's like
how this went down though, Bruce. You know how this went down.
It's like it's the future. Okay, so there's no integration in the future. Like it's still white people fucking oppressing everybody.
Excuse me, sir. We have the casting next. Tyrone Jenkins for Hunger Games. Tyrone Jenkins. I'm looking for Tyrone Jenkins. No?
Yo, I'm here to audition.
Tyrone, okay, all right.
I can't think of any quotes from the Hunger Games. I didn't watch it.
Okay.
I mean, I watched. I don't think I ever finished it. I watched like the first.
All right, excuse me. Next, Jarrell Johnson. Jarrell Johnson for the Hunger Games.
Randall Crabmeat Thompson.
Hey, I'm looking like a sweet little snack right now. I'm ready to do this shit. I'm ready to go right now. Y'all motherfucking niggas don't know. I'm ready to do this shit. I'm gonna be the cutest motherfucker in the future, man. Hunger Games? You better hunger for my games.
That's what I'm saying. Randall
Thompson.
I love me some Randall.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He did hand.
Yeah, but he was pissed. He didn't want to do it. I'm ready to go. Men, woman,
like hand puppets and puns, like all in one's. Like, oh god, Charlie would love it.
Yeah, he would do something like Handy meet Sandy, vagina. And something like that. Fucking. No, but that would be the thing. And if there is a black guy, they'll put him in the back, like in the Empire. In Star Wars,
right? Or
no women,
or he's a red shirt like on Star Trek, right?
Yeah, no.
Stopwatch is running. No. He gets killed.
In Star Trek, they had black actors, lots of black actors, and that's because Star Trek was funded by Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, and was created by Gene Roddenberry, who saw the future as being, it would be accepted that it would be women in positions of power.
Yeah, integrate.
And integrated.
Yeah.
So in the very first episode, The Cage, the first officer of the ship is his wife. Fine. You got, what would you call it? Nepotism. But she played a very strong leader. She wasn't playing a ditzy bitch. She wasn't like an embarrassment.
Wait
she
a
was
minute.
good.
You are a big Star Trek person.
Yeah.
So I started to watch the old ones again.
Okay.
And I start from the beginning.
All right.
Okay, and then I wondered. I never really thought about that much. But why is it that Pike is the captain in the first one, and there's no Kirk? And then Kirk comes in the second episode,
right? Because
Pike's gone, and Kirk just becomes the captain.
He didn't want to do it. The actor Jeremy Hunter didn't want to do it.
Really?
Yeah. That's like in Star Trek.
That's how Kirk came.
Yeah.
Was the guy just
and they
said,
just wrote it up
that
Pike left.
No, but I'm just saying.
And
so he blew.
Yeah, I mean,
he could have been.
He could have been. There's also
what are he going to do? Absolutely nothing.
No, he made movies. He went on the movies.
They brought him back for the menagerie.
No, that wasn't him.
Really?
That wasn't Jeremy Hunter. They grabbed another actor. They made his face burned up and they said he was in an accident. I think a transport accident, and then they put him in a rolling booth.
Yeah, he's in that booth with the light.
And the
light. But I'm saying,
beeps for yes, one beep for no. That wasn't Jeremy Hunter, the actor. It was a completely different actor.
Really?
Yep. Every Star Trek fan knows that. He comes to all the conventions every year. The guy who just played Burnt Up Pike.
Yeah.
He signs autographs. He sits and he comes every year.
It's like the only thing he's ever done.
I follow that guy's career.
Burnt Up Pike.
But this happened in Star Trek Voyager. And are you aware of Star Trek Voyager?
I'm aware of the show.
Okay,
yeah.
so Star Trek Voyager was Kate Mulgrew, the actress.
Yeah.
Playing Catherine Janeway.
The woman was the Janeway, Captain Janeway. Yeah.
She was not the first. The first actress chosen was Genevieve Buhnholz, a French-Canadian actor, if I'm not mistaken, or a French actress. And they taped the entire first episode with a different actress. And at the end of every scene, she just looks at the ground and goes, no. And she can't do it. She's terrible. And she's a lot smaller. She's got kind of like an older face. She's got pepper gray hair already, and you're going to do 7 seasons. She would not have held up. They gave Kate Mulgrew that job, and they gave her something like 24, 48 hours to read the entire script. And she did it in one weekend. She's fucking amazing. And on a side note, if you go to a Star Trek convention, Kate Mulgrew is the most entertaining person. If you put her on stage on the dais with William Shatner, they're so fucking entertaining. I could watch those two talk for hours on end. And if he leaves and it's just her, she's supremely entertaining. Also, Ensign Harry Kim, played by Brad Garrett, or Garrett, excuse me, not Brad Garrett.
I was going to say Brad Garrett.
Yeah.
I can see Brad Garrett in space.
Captain, we're being attacked. And Captain, can you find my brother Raymond? No, so it's Garrett Wang is the actor, and he lives in Vegas.
Right.
He lives in Las Vegas. All right, enough of that. But yeah, I've got a picture. Actually, do I peruse through Facebook to find a picture of me with this guy? I've actually met a lot of people through Star Trek.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, that's why I was asking you, because I know you know a lot about it. But
yeah. And
I just wondered, is like, because I never really thought about it until I've watched it, and I was like, hey, that's fucking Jaws. That's Richard Keel.
Yep, that's Richard Keel. That's me.
Yeah, wow. How big is he in real life?
Oh, God, he's gigantic.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
he palmed my head like a basketball.
Yeah, no, he's giant.
Literally.
I think I broke his fucking neck.
Oh, God. He just went like this. He went, stand still. And he palmed my head like a fucking basketball. Richard Keel.
Remember the
Rest in
fucking
peace.
Jaws? When
Yeah,
he was he fucking took that train cable and fucking bit it.
Yeah.
It's like,
I got others.
guy just bit a steel cable in half. Like, it's like.
And here I am with the actor that played Harry Kim.
All right.
And there we go. We'll do that. It's not a great.
So he lives here, that guy?
Yeah, he lives here. Let me
Why are
get-
you fucking meeting a Star Trek guy holding a Star Wars sword?
So
The fuck?
the story about that was, I was
Grab me
They-
a
the
lightsaber.
the convention is held on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. On Wednesday, they start to set up the vendors' rooms. He sells shirts.
Oh yeah, no. He's the guy that they sued. You told that story.
I don't know if they
No, they gave him cease and desist and making a fucking TV or
'cause he was
T-shirts.
making shirts without the consent,
Yeah.
express written consent of Paramount
Yeah,
or CBS. He was using Star Trek logos.
yeah. You said that they told him to cease and desist,
Yeah.
making T-shirts of his own shit.
Well, the story for that was, first of all, I'm dressed up like Doctor Who.
See, this is why I'm hesitant to get involved in corporate,
Yeah.
corporate deals and shit.
I got on a pinstripe suit, and it looks like David Tennant. And I see it was a black couple, which there aren't that many black nerds. Like, I mean, I'm like a whatever, but I mean, real deal. Not too many black nerds that you see at these things. It's maybe a more cosplay, Comic-Con type things, but in Star Trek, not many. Couple was selling lightsabers, husband and wife, and they were just like down to it, like, hey there, how you doing, man? I'm selling lightsabers. That's from the Force Unleashed. How much? $200. Done. I ran down. I paid the $10 for the ATM. I stormed back in, grabbed a lightsaber. All of a sudden, you're cool lightsaber, bro. Fucking Ensign Harry Kim.
Look at hey.
And I took a picture of him, and that was on Wednesday night. And yeah, I love that. And it's just a cool picture.
I've never been to a Star Trek convention.
They're fucking great.
No, not to say that I wouldn't.
They're fucking great. They're so much fun.
I've always been a sci-fi person, but I don't know. It's the same as what I was talking about, like with politics and shit. Like I've always liked that kind of stuff, but I've never been like, oh, I got to have all the,
Yeah.
I got to have paraphernalia. I got to show.
Oh, I love
I got to show the world how much I love Star Trek.
it. Love it. And then there's
I've never been that way, I love Star Wars, like even from when I was a kid, but I never was like, card carrying, convention attending. My sister does all that cosplay shit. Magic the Gatherings and
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She goes to those tournaments and dresses up, makes her own
Trying
costumes.
to find the one with the guy from Mythbusters.
He's really into
just
like
died.
I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, huge, gigantic Lord of the Rings fan. I mean, I've been reading Lord of the Rings since I was a kid. I probably read the trilogy at least 5 or 6 times, all the books,
Right.
And then the movies came out. I was like, oh yeah, I love the movies. But like, I've never been like, oh, I'm a big, I'm gonna go to the convention or
Cindy
dress
Payas
up
says,
in
I watch you
outfits."
guys while I smoke outside. Live long and prosper. You say peace and goodwill, then I say live long and prosper.
Like I gotta fucking dress up, like a hobbit.
You got it. You got it, man. Got to put on the furry feet and walk around with the ears, the Vulcan ears.
Although the idea of having a house that's inside of a hill is a pretty cool idea. If I had money, I might make
I said
one.
Paez. It's fucking Paez. I love it.
Right.
It's
We're like white people. Cindy pays.
Did I say Paez?
Fucking white people. They can't fucking pronounce anything.
I'm just white enough that I'll fuck your name up.
Pays? Is that like Spanish for Smith?
I said Paez.
Pies.
Like your pie is so
Cindy
sweet.
cherry pies.
Pies.
Fucking white people, man. They can't do anything right.
I get Perez sometimes. I'm also white. I think that was his point.
Perez. Well, they just add an R in there. Like, white people do that too. Like Warsh. There ain't no goddamn R. White people just like to add a random R to words.
What's your maiden name? Hold on. What's your maiden name? I gotta see this now.
What is it?
It's like Dubowski or something.
What does it say? My name is much worse.
Yeah, let's see if this makes.
Was it like Polish or
yeah.
Czechoslovakian, like a 25-letter name with Y's and shit in it.
yeah. Yeah, and then she gets the Polish jokes. Hey, Cindy. Do you ever hear about the Polish rocket ship?
Right.
Went 500 feet in the air and they ran out of coal. Oh, my God. I got so many of them. You ever hear about the Polish submarine? Went right to the bottom. They couldn't figure out how to shut the screen door.
Right.
Oh,
it's like those kind of jokes. Like, I always tell people that. It's like, you don't seem to understand when people say that white people aren't racist. White people aren't racist. Like, white people are so racist.
They meant to.
If there's no color people of color
They move
around,
on to other white people.
turn on other white people.
Oh, yeah. My dad was.
Like, look at them Polacks over there. That fucking Irish scumbags. You know, like they always have somebody.
What a horrible accident with that Polish helicopter.
Somebody
The pilot
look
turned
down.
off the fan. Oh,
Always
man.
has to be somebody to look down on if you're white. You know.
I got a joke for you. You want to hear a joke? An Irish guy left the bar.
So I always say, like, what's the difference between regular oatmeal and Irish oatmeal?
Oh, her old name was
Whiskey.
Wilcox. Yeah. How come there's no Irish lawyers? Because they can't pass the fucking bar. Yeah.
Here's another question I have, and this is unrelated, but I mean, it's kind of related to what I was talking about.
Cindy
about
Wilcox.
oatmeal. All right, what does the fuck does it matter? What kind of metal they use to cut your
Steel
fucking
cut.
oatmeal?
Steel cut oatmeal.
They use oatmeal, but for a little more, steel cut oatmeal. Like, what's the fucking what does it matter what they cut it up with?
You see that at Whole Foods. You see that shit at Whole Foods. And
I don't get it.
I don't.
This with this, but you don't understand. Like, well, this oatmeal is $2 more. Yes, but it was cut by steel. It's like, what's this other one cut from? I don't get it. Like, I don't understand.
The first time I saw that was when I went to Whole Foods, and I'm like, wait a minute. So
steel cut.
do they go through each individual grain with like a
No,
fucking...
that's what I mean. It's like, what? And then that doesn't even matter. Like, there's a machine with a thing that cuts oatmeal. What does it matter if it's iron or steel or bronze? Or, you know, like,
Bruce,
what does it matter?
Bruce, I want to tell our viewers out there that tonight you're going to get the authentic Kobasawa knife, and it is going to allow you to cut through oatmeal. Have you ever been sitting there, Bruce? Bruce, have you ever sat there and thought to yourself, man, if I can only afford steel cut oatmeal,
Right.
Well, we've got the tool for you. $29.99, 3 payments on the Pico plan. We're going to give you the opportunity to get this beautiful knife. Bruce, keep them entertained for a second. Let me give you. This is going to be the best knife that you've ever had in your life. Now, this knife right here.
Have you ever seen Cutlery Corner?
This is certified right here. This will cut through your oatmeal and bone. Now, you want to be able to...
And also a Miller Lite can.
Yes. Yes. Let me show you right now. I got this can right here. It's all right here. Look at that. Look how easily it slices through the... Look at this. Look at that. Have you ever seen plastic shave so easily?
Have you ever seen Cutlery Corner?
Look at that. Look at that. Now, with
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, I've seen it.
That where the redneck guy sells like
It's ninja stars and throwing.
and then sword. This one comes with the ninja sword.
Now with this one, you get the scabbard. The scabbard is normally not thrown in
Or
there.
there's a company called Cold Steel. You ever heard of them? They make these knives. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you go on their website, they have this thing where they fucking hang up pigs.
Yeah, and
The
they
fucking guy whacks the pig
with a
like-
claymore.
Yeah, exactly.
A fucking claymore. Oh my.
Now this here machete, like he's like cut a fucking pig corpse in half. Like, yes, this is practical. I need this. You don't know how many times I've been sitting at home and going, you know, if I just had a knife,
No. We
slice
got
a
a
pig
customer on
carcass
here.
in half.
Now hold on.
I have everything I need, you know.
Hold on there, Bruce.
Yeah.
Hold on there. Now we got a customer out there, Julia. Julia said, now if you act now, they will double your order absolutely free.
Oh, yeah.
Just pay the processing. You are absolutely
I
right.
never tell you what that processing is. That fee.
$7.95. $7.95 is a fair American price. Now I want to address everyone out there. Our freedom is under attack. And knives are going to be your last line of defense. When the libs get your guns, you are going to be grateful that you have this German-made. There are some good things that could come out of Germany. German-made knife. Okay? Razor sharp knife cuts through bone, and that's going to be happy. You're going to be happy you can cut through bone when the apocalypse comes and you have to eat your liberal neighbors. You're going to be so happy that you could cut through flesh. I'm talking about, have you ever tasted tenderized liberal? When the liberal means
put the Lowry seasoned salt on it.
The Lowry's on there. They told me I could give one plug.
You know what's really good?
What's that?
You put it in some Old Bay.
Oh man, now that's what I'm talking about. Now,
a little bit of hot sauce, you know.
I like to smoke my liberals. What I do is I take the thigh meat, because some of them are fatties, and I take the thigh meat and I put it in the smoker, and it'll come out like a corned beef. You know that? It'll come out like a corn. Or sometimes
like The Road. You ever seen The Road?
Yeah.
When they go in that house and they got the people in the basement.
Oh, Jesus.
They were eating. That's where they go amputated and shit.
Now look.
That's what they're doing with the liberals in the future.
Now I want to address
here. It's just roaming bands of trumpelos running around like
now, God forbid,
ashy countryside of the nuclear wasteland and rounding up liberals to eat, you know.
I want to say this right now. If Trump does not win, you are going to be thanking sweet Jesus that you have one of these knives,
right.
And the payments so easy.
So easy. 4
payments of $19.99. You can afford that. $19.99. That is less than the price of a K&M filter. $19.99. And it's so easy.
A K&M filter.
That is, look, 4 payments of $19.99. That's less than a Royal Purple oil change, man. All right, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And after this, throwing stars, authentic, and they always throw out some fake Japanese name, Kumi Sutra.
Kumi Sutra.
Authentic Kumi Sutra throwing stars. Okay?
Kumi Sutra.
These are replicas, but they are authentic recreations made of the original 4th century dynasty Japanese Kumi Sutra warriors, and they would throw these throwing stars to get rid of.
They do always have like this fake history of it.
You see, when Lord Admiral Perry came to Japan,
right,
and later Commodore Perry, they were the two Perrys. Yeah, they were the two Perrys. And when he came to Japan, they threw these throwing stars at him. And a couple of our good men and women back then took one for the team to make sure that our American admirals live. But we now have that technology, and we're bringing it to you. The 4th Dynasty, Kumi Sutra throwing stars. And Bruce, the payment plans could not be better. Just $9.99.
Right.
4 throwing stars.
You flip the channels like Jesus anointing oil. You ever seen that?
Yeah. I know.
Get your very own Jesus anointing oil.
Hold on. That one you got to do differently. Hold on. You want me to do it? I will do it.
Who is that guy's name? What's that guy's name? You know what I'm talking about? The black-haired, slick back-haired guy?
Yeah, that's Creflo Dollar.
No, he's a black guy. This guy's white. He sells the Jesus anointing oil.
Now, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you about our Lord and Savior. And if he were alive today, he would come down. He would come down now from on high. And he came down. And there's always an organist in the
Speaking
background. He came down with the oil, Bruce.
No, listen. There was something I needed to say. I watched a thing on Netflix called American Murder.
Okay.
Which was about that guy a couple years ago. They killed his wife and kids in Colorado and put them in the oil tank.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what
Christ.
I'm talking about?
It was a dark turn.
No, it was a big story.
Holy shit.
It was a big story. But no, because you're talking about religion. At the end, at his trial, whatever, the woman's mom, who I feel awful about. What?
Cindy goes, I can't take you seriously because
you're
you're wearing
wearing
shorts. It's 110 out here, woman. Fucking live in Vegas.
Anyway, yes, it's hot as fuck out here. Yeah,
John Cena up in this.
You
bitch.
come out here and fucking, I defy
I'm
you.
just like
to
John
come out
Cena
here
any
and wear
goddamn day of the
fucking
week.
pants all the time.
Oh,
Anyway, no. So this is what always puzzles me about religious people. She stands there and gives this statement at the end of his trial, and she literally says this. She says, "Oh, it's terrible what you did, whatever." And then she goes, "But I know that God was there at the end to take them to paradise." And I'm thinking to myself, well, that also means he was there while he's strangling his wife and kids. He didn't do a goddamn thing. We're like, oh, but he was there waiting to scoop them up, and take them to paradise. It's like, this doesn't make any sense. And why do people continually buy it thousands of years later? Like, that is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life. That's like saying, well, Rob was there when they robbed that bank, but he was there to scoop up that cash at the end. It's like,
I'd be grabbing those little hundreds that flew
no,
off.
but you know what I'm saying?
That
It doesn't make any sense.
Bruce, you don't understand the way.
How is he not an accomplice in the act? If he's there
Bruce?
at the time, or he's just waiting for them to be dead and then scoop up the spears. All right, then, thank you.
Bruce, God is
The
omnipresent.
whole concept of it doesn't make any sense.
Heal, Bruce, heal. God is
It gets me fired
omnipresent.
up.
And while this man was unfortunately caught in the act of murdering his wife and family,
Right.
God was answering Trump's prayers and prayers for America. There were so many of them. Like, please make this Asian hooker go away. I can only find so many dump sites. Please let this porn star shut her mouth.
How to get urine out of the Armani suit?
Now, Donald Trump is the chosen one, and I want people to understand.
OxyClean, my son. OxyClean.
I want Bruce. I want people to understand. I want my children to understand that God is chosen Donald Trump to lead. And look,
I just don't get how God gets off the hook for all the bad things that happen.
We're going to say a prayer for Donald
and
Trump.
then he's on the hook for anything that's great or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like he didn't do anything. We're like, oh, I'm sure he scooped him up and took him to paradise. Are you sure? He also allowed them to be, like I said, strangled and thrown into an oil tank like they're fucking trash, But he's a wonderful God, It's like the mental gymnastics that are necessary to keep this going in your mind has to be like, I can't figure it out. Like,
Bruce, the reason why that's
my
easy,
entire life I've been like, what the fuck?
The reason why that's easy is, and it was explained to me by somebody, and he gave a damn good explanation.
Right.
You see, I was reading a book, and it was how to influence friends and hold on a second.
How to make friends and influence people.
People, yes.
By
Dale Carnegie.
Art Carney.
Dale Carnegie.
Or is it Carnegie?
Yeah, it's Carnegie. It's not Art Carney. Art Carney's fucking
right. He's a comedian.
Honeymooners.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So in the book, he explains that you should never say anything negative to people because there are certain people that even when they are dead wrong, they genuinely believe they're right. And he gave a whole bunch of examples of times where someone was maligned and they're crying, they're in tears because they genuinely believe they're right. When you're that much into the religion that is your entire basis for your health and mental well-being, and now someone says, well, this guy did something bad, he killed a bunch of people. Sin is to be forgiven if the person who sinned comes to God, which you would go as a person with your logic would say, well, that's really convenient. You fuck up bad and then you find God and you're off the hook.
Right.
But their logic is that you don't hate the sinner, you hate the sin. So you completely separate the responsibility away from the person who did something bad, which is how people justify what Trump does.
I don't even care about the person.
No,
I'm talking about the concept that,
I am.
that
I'm
God
explaining.
could be sitting there
I'm explaining.
and watching this horrible shit happen,
It's
and then go, oh well, you know,
Bruce,
that's
Bruce,
what
I'm
happened.
explaining.
But
Bruce,
let me take them to
Bruce.
paradise now.
The point, Bruce. I believe I'm a spiritual person. I was raised Catholic.
Right.
I look at it as such. I believe in karma. And I think I do believe in God. And I'm, but what I think is that everything's karma. You can't avoid karma. When you do something absolutely shitty, it comes right back around. And if you bank on just doing something good and getting a good result, you're going to get fucked. With that being said, I think the people who are way into it take it that next level and go, well, I've got a free pass on anything I ever do in life because I could just keep going back to the well. So it's not that God is being a jerk. It's that people are justifying God for anything they could ever dream to do. And it's just something out of your brain. Oh, I fucked up. God, hook me up with the save. That was like back in the 1500s where people were buying.
If you're talking about little children, innocent children,
doesn't matter.
You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't matter.
And second of all, I want to say this guy, one of the biggest scumbags I ever seen in my entire life. This guy's a real scumbag, dude. I mean, the kind of scumbag you're just like, I can't even believe that people could be like this. Like, how can
I don't know. There was one guy who shot a bunch of people, and before he shot them, he told his wife he's having constant headaches, and he's wondering what's wrong with them. And he's
reached by Charles Whitman.
I think, yeah. But
that's the guy that did the first mass shooting in Texas. He went up on the watchtower.
And so there are times where your fucking brain's fucked. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what drives people to
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this guy killed his wife and kids.
Right.
And then he went back and like lies like in everybody's face. He's like, I don't know where they are. I wish that they would be home. You know the whole time. You know where they fucking are. And at the end, his dad comes in. The cops let his dad come in to interview him, and it's because he took a polygraph, which was fucking stupid, and failed the polygraph. So they're like, we know you failed the polygraph. We know you had something to do with this. You gotta fucking tell us, what's up, blah blah blah. And he wouldn't say anything. He kept saying, no, I did it. I know, and then it spilled. And then you forgot. I was waiting for that to happen.
Fuck, it's all over me. God damn it.
You don't even smoke pot. That's fucked up. No. So then they're like, your father's here. His father flew in from the East Coast or whatever. And they're like, oh, your father's here. Maybe you want to talk to him, and they bring him in. And he lies right in his dad's face. Because his last thing was he said he didn't kill anybody. Then his dad comes in and then he tells his dad, well, she killed the babies, and then I had to kill her, and like this guy's just making up stories, trying to get out of it, and you're like, and then like I said, a couple months later, he finally confesses. Well, he pleads guilty to avoid the death penalty, and then he fucking well,
Cindy would like to interject.
Then he tells the whole story.
Cindy would like to interject, Bruce. May I offer that people create God in their image, not the other way around. Therein lies the problem. Secondly, when it comes to murder, don't try to sympathize with the piece of shit. You can't because you're a piece of shit. No one's arguing that.
That's not my point.
His point is, how can you get to the point where you lie so readily?
Yeah, that is the point where the guy lying like that. But no, my original point is these people who think that God sits back while this horrible shit is happening and does nothing.
Thank you for saying
that. And then goes, at the last second, like, well, I guess I'll swoop in and grab their spirits and take them to paradise, because I'm a loving God who fucking cares about.
Yeah, I look.
Never mind that I let them be tortured and, whatever, and a horrible fucking death and thrown into fucking oil can, I said, like a fucking piece of trash. Like, but, he's loving and all powerful and all, If God is all powerful, here's I'll get to, okay? God made man, right? Then he made a woman, right? Then they had 2 kids. So there's 4 people on earth. Then one of these people smashes somebody with a rock. So he's 4 people in, and already it's going off the rails. Like it's like he doesn't seem like he's all powerfully omnipotent.
Bruce, Bruce,
He's like, I
Bruce,
might have
Bruce.
fucked up here, you know.
Bruce, what have I always said? What have I always said? What is the number one law?
That's
of
a
life?
perception.
There you go. It's all about perception. If this is what you perceive it to be, the woman who's his lawyer is thinking to herself, well, there's got to be some saving grace for these kids. Maybe they're going to go to a better place. Maybe they will be reincarnated. It all depends on where you came from, what your upbringing is. It's perception. And you can't fuck with someone's perception. That's the ultimate.
No,
That's
it makes logically no sense.
logic is not logical.
He's all powerful and loving God
Bruce,
who
stop,
does
stop,
nothing
stop,
at all
Bruce.
when these horrible
You
things
realize
are
how
happening.
ridiculous you sound. Logic is not logical for everyone. Logic is pliable. It's logic is not logic. It's perception. I've learned in 40 years of life that whatever you consider logical, the next guy is going to say that's ridiculous. All right. The fact that we have Trump as president means that a good chunk of the country has a different set of logic than you do. And that's the reality of it.
Well, no, the reality of the situation is
And
there's,
they can
most people are hairless monkeys, fucking idiots.
no, but
And the actual amount of people who are highly intelligently evolved is very small in
It
comparison
does
to the
that,
amount of human beings on the
but
fucking planet.
remember what I've think about it now. Think about it.
You're vastly outnumbered by fucking idiots. Like
And-
that is reality.
But they have their own leaders. They have their own markets.
No, that's what I'm
they
saying.
have
They,
their
they
own,
shape
and they're
what's
shaping.
going on because there's more of them.
And now you, with your idea, being in this minority of elite thinkers,
I didn't say I was one of them.
approaches someone like that. Yes, Cindy, thank you. Perception is the only thing that actually exists. Correct. That's why I don't like to get into these conversations because they go nowhere. You're asking someone,
Well,
well,
that's
how,
not true.
how
Wait,
can God
wait,
be so evil?
Wait,
No.
wait, 1 second. I think this week has shown us that that's not true.
What do you mean?
Because Trump's perception of, it's COVID is fine and nothing to worry about, blah, 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 blah. But he's got the fucking COVID. Now he's spreading it all around. It doesn't matter what he thinks or what his perception is. It doesn't alter the reality of the situation, which is
Yes,
COVID
it
is
does.
out there. Yes, and you will get it. Yes.
Wait. It doesn't matter that he gets COVID. It's just like the guy who killed. Remember, you started off by saying a guy killed someone, and then
But-
his lawyer or whomever
No, it
says
was the mother of the woman
fine,
who was
fine,
killed.
fine. But let me get the point across. She goes, "Oh, the kids and the wife are in heaven."
Yes.
Trump goes,
God was there. No, she said.
All right, bro,
God
Bruce,
was there
Bruce,
at
stop,
the end.
Bruce, enough, stop. You're getting lost in the weeds.
No, I'm not.
You're
You're missing what I said. What I said was she said that God was there at the end
Okay.
and then
I
would
heard
scoop
that.
them
I
up
heard
and
it.
take
I
them to
heard it.
paradise.
I heard it again.
After, of course, they were maimed and
Bruce.
tortured or whatever happened.
All that matters in life is perception. The fact that God could do something is based on someone's perception. The fact that Trump gets COVID and calls it a super flu is based on perception. Even that he got COVID doesn't fucking matter. 1984, the book 1984 is a shining example of perception. We will constantly take facts and we will distort them and mold them into perception. Nothing matters in life but perception. Facts don't fucking matter. This isn't rubbing alcohol. This is drinking alcohol. I can add maraschino cherry juice to this and turn this into a cranberry vodka. Why? Because if I say it enough
But
times,
then when you die from drinking it, it proves that you're wrong.
No.
That's what I'm saying. You
I
can
died-
tell yourself lies all day.
I had a
It
heart
doesn't
attack.
mean you're not lying to yourself.
What the fact that Trump got
People
in.
think they can alter
No, no, no,
reality,
no, no,
but they
no.
can't.
Bruce, the fact that you can have a fact
Right.
means nothing anymore. The fact that
Well,
he's
no,
in-
I agree with that. 'Cause
No, but that's the
people
whole
don't care.
But that's the point.
But what I'm saying is, when you drink it and die, it
So what?
proves that you were wrong.
And then whomever, and then my father could come on television and go, my son died. A lot of people are saying it was alcohol poisoning because he was drinking, rubbing alcohol. I don't think that to be the case. I found an independent surgeon to corroborate what I'm saying. It wasn't the rubbing
But that
alcohol.
doesn't change the actual reality.
Doesn't matter.
That's called whitewashing. That's what
History is written by the winners. So if the winner wants to change it, hey, look, we have a global warming problem.
Sure,
Yes?
but that doesn't mean that it's true.
What, Bruce?
That's
do-
what's going on now with all
Bruce,
this bullshit history in this country that
fine,
people have been
Bruce,
fed.
but do we have a global warming problem?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. So we have a global warming
it's
problem.
right in your face.
So the governor of California goes, we have a global warming problem. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad. Obama got us into the Paris Climate Accords, and Trump goes, we've got a global warming problem, but this Paris Climate Accord, it would change the situation this much. Now, whether or not that's true in actuality and whether or not the water rises, I'll give you an example. There's a customer of mine from Miami, rich guy. He's like bronze skin, perfect teeth, like, Dan Hall, white, perfect hair.
Right.
He's got these gorgeous women. In Miami, the sea level is rising. So in Miami, the water went up about 2 feet. So the mayor of Miami had to keep paving the roads to raise the street levels.
Right.
Okay. So I asked this conservative guy about that, and he goes, I don't know what you're talking about. That never happened. Now, did it happen? Yes. Did I watch a documentary on it? Yes. Were people corroborating? Yes. If you don't believe that's a reality, you're either going to turn your head, ignore it. Now, whether or not something actually happened, it only happens if you believe it happened.
Okay, well, wait, but listen.
Doesn't matter.
No,
you can tell me
that's
that
true
I'll get sick.
That's
you
true.
can tell me the water will rise. You can tell me
that's
that
true
the
on
burn.
individual
You can tell
basis.
me all of these things. None of that matters, Bruce.
No, but
you
no,
can
listen.
explain
No,
it to
but
me.
listen,
It wouldn't matter.
Listen, all
Doesn't
that is
matter.
true on an individual basis. It doesn't change the actual reality.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. The actual reality is that you're denying reality.
Yes.
Period. And then eventually it's going to catch up to you, no matter how much you're going to be drowning and going, this is not happening. Blah, 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 blah.
Doesn't matter.
You'll be drowned.
And you know what?
No, but you didn't change reality. All you did was deny it all the way to the end.
The people.
You didn't change it.
Bruce, remember what you just said. I'm going to use your own words.
Yeah, go ahead.
You just said we've got all these dummies, and there's so many more of them.
Yes.
And they're writing what the reality is, and they're writing the national script.
So they're trying to.
They are, because they got in. You go.
No, but they're denying. Like I said, denying everything doesn't change it.
It doesn't matter.
It just puts it off dealing with it. It's the inevitable. The inevitable is reality will always be there. You're always going to have to deal with it.
Bruce,
no matter how much you deny it and say it's not true.
Bruce, at the core, it doesn't matter. And I'll tell you why. Are you the president of the United States?
It doesn't matter.
I'm asking a question.
None of that matters.
Yes, I'm asking. No.
You always fly off these exit ramps and go, what the fuck does that matter?
No, I'm asking you a question.
Go ahead.
Are you a president?
No.
Are you a billionaire?
No.
Prime minister?
No.
The Pope?
No.
So you knowing that something is happening is not changing how the guys who are in charge are doing or what they're changing to do about it.
I know. I understand what you're saying, but it's two different conversations.
No, it's not. It's
no,
the
it
same
is.
Conversation.
No, it isn't.
It is.
Reality is reality and will always be real.
That's fine.
No matter how you deny it or how many people deny it. They could say all day long that there's no global warming, but that doesn't change the fact that California's on fire. And we just had 150 degree fucking summer.
But what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter whether something exists. It doesn't matter if it gets hotter. It doesn't matter if the temperature shifts a median of 0.5 Celsius. None of that matters.
Listen, I'll tell you right now. No, it's true. Dinosaurs is a prime example of this. Okay, the fucking religious people tried over and over and over and over and over to deny that they were dinosaurs. There ain't no dinosaurs. The Earth's only 5,000 years old. And then what happened? Eventually, they had to accept it. And then they go, all right, then we'll make this creation museum where we try to fit it into our fucking version. But they had to accept the reality of the situation, that there were dinosaurs. And there's no way to fucking erase it from the thing.
What they did
so they go, okay, then they fit into the story somehow, and they change the story around and fit them in there.
This is the danger in your thinking. This is the danger in your thinking.
What I'm saying, they couldn't deny it.
I don't disagree that you're right. I don't disagree that.
Go ahead.
Your favorite rapper.
I was wondering what he said. I was like, what the fuck? That's a random off the wall, out of left field question.
East Coast thing. No.
We gotta wrap this
up.
I
snatch your crown with your head still attached to it. And there you go. Perception matters. And it matters.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
No. Listen, you've talked for 9 hours about
That's
this.
fine.
Perception matters more than what you're talking about. Because what you're talking about is reality. That doesn't fucking matter one fucking iota. Because I want to live on this planet. I don't give a flying fuck that there is global warming. I don't give a fuck about global warming. What I care about is what's being done about global warming. I don't give a fuck about the coronavirus. What I care is what the guy who just got infected with it, how he takes that message and that information that was given to him and disseminates it. I don't give a fuck about reality. I give a fuck about how we deal with reality. Knowing that something is happening means jack shit if you don't have the means to do something about it. So saying that they're ignoring it is irrelevant. Oh, I'm right because they're ignoring it. The reality is going to catch up to them. No, it doesn't. It never catches up to them. That's what you don't get. It never catches up to them because they're so fucking lost in their own perception that it never catches up to them. My friend, one of my best friends, is a fucking pathological liar. He makes up stories in his head, but he believes them. And even when it catches up to him, he just doesn't get it. He still believes his lie. He'll keep moving the goalposts. No, there weren't dinosaurs. Okay, there were big creatures. Okay, if you want to call them dinosaurs, we'll call them dinosaurs. But we'll keep moving the goalposts so we can claim ownership of the story. It's not enough to be right anymore, Bruce. You have to control the conversation. If you don't control the conversation, whatever's real doesn't exist. Oh, but 2 + 2 = 4. No, it doesn't. It equals 5. That was the whole point of 1984 was the guys who were running the government. They were running INGSOC.
I understand.
They knew that 2 + 2 = 4. They knew it. They were like 2 + 2 = 4. Of course we know that. But we're telling you, Winston Smith, that it equals 5. And by the end of the fucking book, he is writing in dust 2 + 2 = 5. And it was his life is going to go on whether or not he understands the truth. Life goes on in some form or fashion, whether or not we acknowledge what's happening around us. That's because perception rules the roost. Knowing that there's a scientist out there that dedicated his life to studying everything that's going on around, physical and otherwise, and then 10 people could ignore him because they don't have the same level of education, means that those 10 people have more skin in the game and have more influence than that one guy. That's what worries me. Arguing about whether or not reality is going to catch up with people don't mean shit to me. Doesn't mean shit to anyone. There's a wasted argument. I only care about what we do to deal with it. That's all that matters. You're smart. I know you're smart. I agree with you. You and I are on the same page of knowledge. Now, a good chunk of this country are not. They're coming from different education levels. And also, when you come from a different education level, it breeds a different desire level to want to learn. So if your point of reference is that you don't want to learn, right, Rosalinda, there are 4 lights, a Star Trek episode where Picard is tortured. He refused to say that there were 5 lights. He refused to say it to his torturer. And then at the end of the episode, he goes to Counselor Troy and he goes, well, at the end, I really did begin to believe that there were 5 lights. And that was it. It's why when a reporter asked Trump, why do you keep lying? Because it works. And at the end of the day, whether or not reality kicks you in the ass, if you're too stupid to even know that you're getting your ass kicked by reality, then it didn't happen. That's how powerful perception is. If you don't even understand the physical earth around you and science around you, like the Matrix, if you're lost in the Matrix, then it doesn't matter what the reality is that you're in a tube. You think you're in the Matrix. I know this steak is really just a bunch of codes and lining, but every time I put it in my mouth, I know it is warm and juicy. That line perfectly encapsulates all of this. It doesn't matter that I'm in the matrix of my own creation. I want to believe this. I want to believe that Trump is a genius. I want to believe that the earth is cooling and that this is all fake. I want to believe it. Therefore, I do believe it. And when it happens, I'll find a reason to disprove it and move around the argument of reality. Reality is what you make of it. So to me, having this conversation about, it's going to fucking worthless. Not because it's not valid, but because of what other people do with it. If I hand somebody a book about earth science in fucking Oklahoma, they're going to wipe their ass with it. You know, Oklahoma's not a seismically active fucking state, and now they have earthquakes nonstop because of fucking fracking.
Hmm.
Hey, you think you
But again, hold on. We need that fracking. We need it for the economy.
If you have a job and this is your only source of income, I feel for you. But what I really want to drill this point home.
Well, I'm wrap it up because I got to go to work.
Got to drill that point. I know it's not even funny. I don't even want to talk about it. Tomorrow is going to be the vice presidential debate. And I think it's going to be civil. And I think that there's going to be something to be learned. A lot of people don't like Kamala Harris. She put a lot of blacks in jail for small, drug offenses and other things. Pence, he's got his things. we're going to have these two people that the country does not like, and I want to actually learn something. I'm not going to learn anything by them telling me what their accomplishments are. I want to see what they do when they're unscripted, when they have a gaffe. I want to see who's going to do something bad. I'm looking for the bad. I'm a pessimist. I don't see the glass as half empty. Liquids evaporate. The glass was built to be hollow, to fucking hold liquids. It was never half empty. It was completely empty to hold the liquid. That's its job. It's not a half empty, half full thing. I want to know what really is going on, because I, like Bruce, go, hey, man, no matter what, at the end of the day, this is what we need to make our country better, more progressive, and move forward. But I also want to see what they're going to say to appeal to their fucking sycophant bootlickers. I want to see what Pence is going to hear, what Pence is going to say to, like, stroke the cocks of the fucking bootlickers, because that interests me. I want to see what they think is important to them, because they have a different perception of what logical is. And that's what's dangerous. If you think that your idea of logic is the universal law, it's not. It should be, but it's not. You want it to be, but it's not. And that's fucking dangerous out there. And people fucking smashed me last time for this.
I think it's dangerous to say, like I said, that actual reality doesn't matter at all.
It
because,
should.
Because it does.
It should.
It's inevitable. There's no escaping it.
But it
you
doesn't
can
matter.
deny it all the way down to the end. You know,
At the very last second of
you
your
could
last
say,
breath,
if you could be some woman and be like, Ted Bundy's not strangling me right now, but he totally is.
Ted Bundy is trying to get me to order.
But you know what I'm saying? Is, yes.
And if I happen to die in the process of Ted Bundy bringing me to climax, then that's what happened. Ted Bundy was not killing me.
But you know what I mean.
Your Honor, this is the ghost of Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy brought me to my greatest orgasm ever. He was not a violent
the fact
killer.
that you deny it doesn't make it not so. Is my point.
Doesn't matter.
Like, it still is so, no matter what you
Doesn't matter.
try to spin it to be. You know,
Doesn't matter. If I believe differently than you and I'm the one committing the crime, you think
Anyway.
those guys who shot Breonna Taylor, they're told, go find another officer, a senior officer, stay away from the crime scene you were just involved in. The detectives walked right into the crime scene and started fucking around with it. They think they're above the law. But wait a minute, Bruce, you said the law is real. There's a written law. It's on the books.
Well, the law is a made-up concept by human beings.
All reality is a made-up concept. It's reality.
Science and physical laws are not.
The law of anything, as any scientist will tell you, is the most studied result of what happens. So it always bends and ebbs and flows. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Even then, what I'm saying is, yes, you're right. It should, but it doesn't, because these days people don't care about that. They care about this. And I'm going to go save this file, put into an MP3, and then I'm going to jerk off, because my imaginary girlfriend in my head is twice as better as the real one that I could get if I actually put myself out there.
Without the benefit of cash involved. All right, I got to get out of here. Thank you again for watching. As every week, thank you very much. We appreciate each and every one of you. And if you like the show, tell your friends.
Yes.
And we'll be back next Tuesday, 9 o'clock.
And
same.
I'm on Facebook.
Same time, same
Rob
channel.
Bossellari, Bosscellari. And I'm going to probably change my Twitter handle to that. But right now it is Dragon Ball Gucci.
You know how to find me, and I'll be out of Facebook jail in about 2.5 weeks.
Fucking idiot. Good night.